Although mothers make sacrifices, it's important to know that women choose to become mothers. Often, they have a clear and positive vision of the impact they want to make on their child's life. In the poem, Point B, If I Should Have a Daughter, the poet explores the deliberate intentions that the woman has for her future child. If I Should Have a Daughter by Sarah Kay. Instead of Mom, she's going to call me Point B, because that way she knows that no matter what happens, at least she can always find her way to me. And I'm going to paint the solar system on the back of her hand so that she has to learn the entire universe before she can say, oh, I know that like the back of my hand. She's going to learn that this life will hit you hard, in the face, wait for you to get back up so it can kick you in the stomach. But getting the wind knocked out of you is the only way to remind your lungs how much they like the taste of air. There is hurt here that cannot be fixed by band-aids or poetry. So the first time she realizes that Wonder Woman isn't coming, I'll make sure she knows she doesn't have to wear the cape all by herself. Because no matter how wide you stretch your fingers, your hands will always be too small to catch all the pain you want to heal. Believe me, I've tried. And baby, I'll tell her, don't keep your nose up in the air like that. I know that trick. You're just smelling for smoke so you can follow the trail back to a burning house, so you can find the boy who lost everything in the fire to see if you can save him. Or else, find the boy who lit the fire in the first place to see if you can change him. But I know that she will anyway, so instead I'll always keep an extra supply of chocolate and rain boots nearby, 'cause there ain't no heartbreak chocolate can't fix. Okay, there's a few heartbreaks chocolate can't fix, but that's what the rain boots are for, because rain will wash away everything if you let it. I want her to see the world through the underside of a glass-bottom boat, to look through a magnifying glass at the galaxies that exist on the pinpoint of a human mind, because that's how my mom taught me, that there will be days like this. There will be days like this, my mama said, when you open your hands to catch and wind up with only blisters and bruises. When you step out of the phone booth to try to fly, and the very people you want to save are the ones standing on your cape. When your boots will fill with rain, and you'll be up to your knees in disappointment. And those are the very days you have all the more reason to say thank you, because there's nothing more beautiful than the way the ocean refuses to stop kissing the shoreline, no matter how many times it's sent away. You will put the win in win some, lose some. You will put the star in starting over and over, and no matter how many landmines erupt in a minute, be sure your mind lands on this beauty of the funny place called life. And yes, on a scale from 1 to overtrusting, I am pretty damn naive. But I want her to know that this world is made out of sugar. It can crumble so easily, but don't be afraid to stick your tongue out and taste it. Baby, I'll tell her, remember, your mama is a worrier, but your papa is a warrior, and you are the girl with small hands and big eyes who never stops asking for more. Remember that good things come in threes, and so do bad things, and always apologize when you've done something wrong, but don't you ever apologize for the way your eyes refuse to stop shining. Your voice is small, but don't ever stop singing. And when they finally hand you heartbreak, slip hatred and war under your doorstep and hand you handouts on street corners of cynicism and defeat. You tell them that they really ought to meet your mother. Certain conversations between a mother and a daughter can be challenging. In the touching poem, Explaining My Depression to My Mother, A Conversation by Sabrina Ben-Iman, the poet uses thoughtful words and sincere imagery to explain how difficult the challenge is to communicate feelings of sadness to someone you love, like your mother. Explaining My Depression to My Mother, A Conversation by Sabrina Ben-Iman. Mom, my depression is a shapeshifter. One day it's as small as a firefly in the palm of a bear, the next it's the bear. On those days, I play dead until the bear leaves me alone. I call the bad days the dark days. Mom said, try lighting candles. When I see a candle, I see the flesh of a church, the flicker of a flame, sparks of a memory younger than noon. I am standing beside her open casket. It is the moment that I learn every person I come to know will someday die. Besides, Mom, I'm not afraid of the dark. Perhaps that's part of the problem. Mom said, I thought the problem was that you can't get out of bed. I can't. Anxiety holds me a hostage inside of my house, inside of my head. Mom says, where did anxiety come from? Anxiety is the cousin visiting from out of town. Depression felt obligated to bring to the party. Mom, I am the party. only I am a party I don't want to be at. Mom says, why don't you try going to actual parties? See your friends. Sure, I make plans, but I don't want to go. I make plans because I know I should want to go. I know sometimes I would have wanted to go. It's just not that much fun having fun when you don't want to have fun, Mom. You see, Mom, each night, insomnia sweeps me up in his arms, dips me in the kitchen in the small glow of the stove light. Insomnia has this romantic way of making the moon feel like perfect company. Mom says, try counting sheep. But my mind can only count reasons to stay awake, so I go for walks. But my stuttering kneecaps clank like silver spoons held in strong arms with loose wrists. They ring in my ears like clumsy church bells, reminding me I am sleepwalking on an ocean of happiness I cannot baptize myself in. Mom says, happy is a decision, but my happy is as hollow as a pinpricked egg. My happy is a high fever that will break. My mom says I am so good at making something out of nothing and then flat out asks me if I am afraid of dying. No, I am afraid of living. Mom, I am lonely. I think of how I learned when Dad left, how to turn the anger into lonely, the lonely into busy. So when I tell you, I've been super busy lately, I mean I've been falling asleep watching Sports Center on the couch to avoid confronting the empty side of my bed. But my depression always drags me back to my bed, until my bones are the forgotten fossils of a skeleton sunken city. My mouth a boneyard of teeth broken from biting down on themselves. The hollow auditorium of my chest swoons with echoes of a heartbeat. But I am a careless tourist here. I will never truly know everywhere I have been. Mom still doesn't understand. Mom, can't you see that neither can I?